Hi there, I'm Lisa Doyle with J. Rockcliffe Realtors. Greg and I wanted to bring to you a new segment called How's the Market? We probably get asked, 20 times a day from everyone, how's the market? I know everyone is very concerned and has questions, and everyone's watching where the real estate market's going. And so we decided to bring to you an updated, accurate picture of exactly where we are in our local market. National news is fine, but local is what we all are more close to. Obviously, it matters more to us individually about what's going on in our neck of the woods, our backyard. So this is going to be an updated weekly segment. And what I'm doing is I'm tracking so many details of the market, and I want to bring to you subtle changes. You know, one of the things that's wrong in our media today is that they tend to be a little bit out of the loop of what's really happening in the trenches. You know, we're in it every day watching subtle changes, just shifts in the market, things changing that we can bring to you more, close to home. So what I wanted to do is start today, and today is end of March, 2011, and updating you about where we are right now. And this will be a weekly segment every Friday that you can tune into. You can also request that we give you, subscribe to the weekly update so that you can always keep in tune with exactly where we are. So okay, here we are again, end of March 2011, and we are market-wise, and this might really surprise you to find out. One of the statistical data that I did a lot of research this week on is right now we are 19.6% of every property that is sold this year in our basic east, the East Bay, which is Danville, the 680, 580 corridor to Pleasanton, out to Orinda, Lafayette, down the 680, down to the Martinez corridor, Concord, Walnut Creek, our neck of the woods basically. 19.6% of all the homes that have sold this year have sold over the asking price. I know that might really surprise you. We've seen a lot of negative media, which we all know we've been involved in a very soft, softening prices market for the last several years, and yet 19.6% selling above the asking price. One other piece of data that I think will really be helpful for any of you that are in the midst of preparing to sell your home or strategizing as to price what you want to price your home at, 2.72% is a statistic that I want you to remember. What I did was I went back to all the sales that took place this year, and again over just the last couple of months, and all of the homes that had been reduced in price twice or more, meaning that the owners started off at a higher price than maybe what they should have based on the current market, and they probably had the intention of, hey, let's see what happens. If I have to adjust my price down, I can do that, which of course you can. And yet this is a statistic that might really help you in that strategy. 2.72% lower pricing in anyone that had adjusted the price 2 times or more. Meaning, compared to their counterparts in the same neighborhoods at the same time, a home that hits the market at a good price, again 19.6% selling over the asking price, versus someone who adjusts their price a couple of times winds up getting 2.72% lower value. Something to think about. And right now, where we are in our county, again, the East Bay, is we've got 2,029 homes that are currently actively listed, which is just about 30% lower inventory than what we had this time last year. Obviously a very good trend. Lower inventory is very, 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 very good. We've got 1,708 homes currently pending in our area, which is good. We've been staying pretty consistent in the pending department. The couple statistics that'll be good for you to watch, though, is we are still seeing a bit of a downward trend on our prices. And I wanted to point out a couple of the cities so far this year. San Ramon, we are about negative 3.4% in property values. Orinda area, minus 7.1%. Danville, 1.8% minus in prices. And the Lafayette market, one of the few that's had an actual increase, is a 6.5% higher average price range in the Lafayette area. So some pockets still doing pretty well. Everyone else a little bit on the softening trend, which is that trend is likely to continue throughout the rest of this year, what we've been told. But I did want to share with buyers one statistic. I know buyers will say to us, what should I do? I want to buy a home. Should I wait till the market hits the bottom? Which we all know that, number one, that's a very impossible trend to try to calculate perfectly. One of the things that I always tell people is the old adage is you want to buy low. It doesn't say you have to buy lowest. Calculating that perfect time in the market is nearly impossible. But one thing I will share with you is every buyer who buys in a changing time is trying to make this decision. But there's a few things I wanted to share with you about interest rates. People ask me all the time, where are we in the interest rates and where are we likely to go? Right now, our interest rates, again, historical lows. We're running at about 5%, give or take, depending on the type of loan you get. But I wanted to share with you some history on interest rates. Over the last, 45 years or so, 50 years, based from 1963, our average interest rate in our country has been about 8.1%. So we are, again, so much less than the historic average. Even back in 2001, which is, within the last 10 years, our interest rate was 8%. So the choice for you as a buyer, this is something for you to consider. When we know we've fallen in prices dramatically over the last 5 to 6 years, you never know when we've exactly hit the bottom. So the strategy on when to buy is a tough one. And yet I will share with you, with interest rates as low as they are and the likelihood that we will rise, the fact that you buy a home now, whether we fall for another year or two, whether the market settles down a little bit before it actually improves, I guarantee you at some point, once the market recovers, you are going to be so glad you bought a home at any time in the marketplace, regardless of whether it's a little softer before it rises or whether you were able to time it perfectly and you buy at the very bottom. Tough call. Anyways, but I want to be able to be here to answer your questions. We are going to bring to you active, updated data every week as far as the market's concerned. If you have any questions, anything that I can answer for you personally, please, and I know that the rest of our viewers are likely to have the same questions, call me or email me. My email address is ldoyle@rockcliffe.com, and my phone number, my cell phone direct, 925-890-7443. You call me anytime, and I look forward to seeing you next week.